All right, here we are. Not necessarily the show that I thought we would be doing today. Can you guys? Yep, looks like we're up, good running now. I'm not even in town. I'm out of town and doing this from here. I don't have a mic. You probably hear traffic coming by. It is a really nice day out, and so that's why I'm able to do this outside. But yeah, let's vent together. Oh, Harlan, you know what? Let's do this on the morning show scene. Maybe we'll do this instead of tomorrow's morning show. Can you just copy the title over and throw it in the morning show scene, and we'll call it a day. Um, yeah, not how I think any of us thought we would spend our Monday. So we can just all avoid work, and I can't believe this. This is the I I feel like I have so many things that I want to say. Thank you, Harlan. Um, Oh shoot! One more thing. Can you flip over the put the Tallahassee Ford thing on the bottom? It's the layer is on the main scene. You can just copy it over and drag it down. Sorry, one more project for you. Um, all right, let's get into it. Michael Alford comes out with a statement today that Florida State is going to be fully committed to Mike Norvell, though Mike Norvell has not been fully committed to FSU with his performance over the last 6 years. Fully committed to Mike Norvell through the end of the season, and they will evaluate afterward. Um, I have so many thoughts and so many things I want to say, and your comments are phenomenal. Please keep them coming through. Um, I will go through some of them that are honestly just killing me to look at. Not as much as as the decision making of our university and athletic department is killing me, but the comments are good nonetheless. Um, I guess just first thought is, did a statement really need to, and I guess I'll ask you guys this while I'm on here. Can you hear me okay with the traffic and everything else coming by? I don't really know what I would do if you say no, but maybe yell louder so that everybody out around here can think I'm a psychopath. Um, you don't need to make a statement. There was no need for you to come out and say anything today. There was no, if you were not going to fire him because you can't afford it, or you're too cowardly, or what, you're afraid of confrontation, whatever the situation is, there was no reason to come out and make a statement. There was no reason to alert everybody what was going to happen to Mike Norvell. Single kid that you're recruiting, hey, we're not firing him today, but we are firing him soon. Because that's what the statement said. It's very Did I lose connection for a minute? Sorry about that. A little bit better. A little bit. Is it still pretty bad? I'm right next. Hopefully, we get back. Sorry if that happens a couple of times. It'll be what it is. I'll bring some callers in. Harlan, throw a caller link in the description in the chat if you can. Hopefully, we're good for the next few minutes. I'll let the callers rant. But again, no reason to do this. You just alerted every recruit and every kid on the roster that this season is done, and you're fighting. You're fighting a losing battle, and that you're gonna fire your coach at the end of the year. The statement that came out from the CBS reporter, which I don't know his name, sorry for not knowing that, but the statement that came out from the CBS guy that players were clowning him in the locker room and talking about how, just another chance to respond, just another chance to get back at it. You've lost the locker room. You already lost the fan base. You're losing the donors. To lose the locker room too. And listen, I know we've had him on the show. He's always been good to us personally. I got no issues personally with Michael Alford. But, man, at the end of the day, I was here before Michael Alford was, and I'll be here after he's gone. And I don't know when that'll be, but I'm not going to kiss butt just because I like somebody personally or because I've got a good relationship with him. I don't understand this decision. Now, maybe he'll come out and just say, hey, we didn't have the money to do it in October, so we did it at the end of November. I have a hard time thinking that over the next 6 weeks, you're going to come up with $50 million to pay this guy. But those are bigger decisions than I have to make. I just don't understand what it said. And Trey Rowland tweeted this, so shout out the Rollcast. Trey, what it said is Florida State doesn't care about football anymore. And I don't care if you guys like that or not. I mean, I know you don't like it. I don't care if you like me saying it or not. But at the end of the day, I don't think they care about football. You look at the way they fired Mike Martin Jr., and you look at the way that they've made other decisions to move on from coaches at times and do this, that, the other. They don't care about it, man. They don't care about like you and I do. They don't care about it enough to be skipping work or skipping assignments or skipping class. Shout out Matthew down in South Florida. They just don't care about it like we do, you know? And at the end of the day, that sucks, but that's a realization that you got to make. Now, I'll eat crow if they go out and make a big splash hire. They fire him at the end of the year. I'm not convinced they fire. I mean, I do think they fire him at the end of the year, but nothing would surprise me with this athletic department at this point. And that's frustrating. And I'm lashing out as a fan because I am a fan before anything else. I'm wearing a Florida State polo. I'm wearing a Battles In shirt. My underwear might be Florida State at this point. You guys just don't see it. But which I'm not going to show that on here because I don't want to get taken down. But I'm beside myself with how frustrating. I mean, are they going to let Mike Norvell do the ribbon cutting on the new indoor facility? Is that going to be the image that we have up in the indoor facility forever? Is Mike Norvell cutting the ribbon? I don't know. All right, let's get some callers so I can shut up and in case the Wi-Fi goes out again. Is it Briad, bro? I don't know how to say this, but you're on mute if you can come off mute and let's
Yeah,
chat.
it's Bria. How you doing, TJ?
Buddy, I am frustrated, but I do have an iced coffee, so at least I got something.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm at work right now. I just saw that pop up, and I said, man, the biggest thing for me is the support is gonna dwindle by the end of the year. As a booster, as with the battles in, fans in the seats, your concession, all that stuff will dwindle by the end of the year, knowing that Mike Norvell will still walk out into the stadium as the coach. Wanted it to work. It just didn't happen to work. That's just what it is. But we don't want to lose, the majority of our support in games because they make a lot of money off that. And then you have to think for next year and the years to come, how is your season tickets gonna look? When they call in March and April to try to get everybody to renew season tickets, will you not get tickets
Yeah.
sold? So that's another thing as well. I don't know, man. It's rough. Yeah, it is rough.
Briad, I think you froze, bro. I lost your audio for a minute.
You have it back.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Um. Yeah,
You were
like I
talking about
said,
when
it
they
just
call back for season tickets. I
right,
mean, yeah.
right. Yeah. Just
How do you
do
think
people
homecoming's
want
gonna
to?
look in 2 weeks?
Oh man. I was planning on going to that game, to be honest with you, but it's like
I think if I think if
it's
you would have fired him, it would have shown your fan base that you take the sport seriously, and people would have showed up to homecoming.
right,
First of all, first of all, it's homecoming, and so people want to show up anyway. But do you
right.
think people want to go now? Like, you think they want to support this? I
I
don't
don't
know,
know,
man.
man. Yeah, I don't know. And see, it's tough for fans like me. Like I live in South Carolina, so most of the away games are close for me to go to. Like the Virginia, I was there. I saw that firsthand, just like you. Because matter of fact, you were sitting below me, so I saw you come up to go to the concessions one time. But
Oof.
just coming and seeing that in person, and you spend all the money on your hotel and your lodging arrangements and your traveling, your food, just to see us lose, it sucks, man. But we do it because we are real fans. But at the end of the day, we don't want to keep doing that for years and years and years because the last few years have been a lot of ups, but it's been a lot of downs as well. So,
Yeah, a lot more downs than ups,
right,
unfortunately. You
right.
going to the Clemson game?
Yes, yes, I already got tickets for that. Which, looking back, I paid way too much for them
The prices have
because,
fallen.
oh man, look, I paid. I'm in section S on the away side, and
Yeah.
I think I paid around 250 a ticket for that, and I got 3 tickets. So yeah, I mean that's a lot of money. But it is what it is. But if I would have bought them now with the situation they in as well, man, I probably can get it for $120 ticket now easily.
Yeah, I'd ask for a
But
refund, bro.
yeah, man. Hey, it is what it is. But around me in South Carolina, it's so many South Carolina fans and Clemson fans, and we all in the same boat right now. To be honest with you, South Carolina's
Yep.
looking bad, Clemson looking bad, and they happen to play the two worst teams besides us in the ACC. That's why they have some conference wins right now. I feel like if maybe we would have played Boston College or UNC, we might be looking a little better. But I don't know, man. If we couldn't beat Stanford, why could we beat them as well? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Misery loves company, bro. It's the same thing down here. I mean, Florida's happy because they fired their coach, but they're always
Right,
miserable. And
right.
Miami was reminded that they still have Mario Cristobal, so they're miserable too. I know they're
Yeah,
happy now that we're in the dumps, but
yep,
misery loves company, man. It just is what it
yep.
is.
That's right. That's right.
Well, man, it'll get better. I'll be up there for the Clemson game, so we'll have to
Okay,
link up,
sounds
man.
good. Oh yeah, definitely. We'll do. We'll do. Appreciate it, man. Love the
All
show.
right, buddy. Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
Ronald, I saw your comment. Yeah, there's a call-in link in the description, and Harlan will throw it in the comments as well. Let's get Matthew. Is Matthew still in? I know there's a bunch in there, but he's been in and out. No, Matthew's not here. I don't know if this is Jesus or Jesus one, but either way, bro. If it's Jesus, man, he dropped out. All right, let's get Yanni in then. I hope that was Jesus, not Jesus, because I got some things I need to say to the
Me
former,
too.
not the latter. What's up, Yanni?
Hey, how are you? Personally, not about the abysmal Florida State.
Dude, I just appreciate Matthew. I see you now. Stay on, man. As soon as Yanni gets off, I'll get you in. And somebody talk to Jesus and get him back too. But Yanni, how did you take the news over there in in the UK?
Well, first of all, I didn't watch the game because it was at 3:30 a.m. So I woke up to the news of us losing, and I was like, "This is disgraceful. How can we lose to Stanford of all people?" And
We
then
probably lost because you didn't stay up, bro. To be honest with you, it was
I
probably your
know
fault. Alfred said it
I,
was your fault.
I need to be more of a sicko. I stay up till 5 a.m. for some games, but not to watch from 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not really going to talk about who we're going to hire, really, or what's going on. But this is just like prolonging the pain. It's like you have something wrong with you, and you say, "Future me will deal with it," but then it's always worse doing that. What is the point? You're just going to impact who's going to go to the game, revenue growth for Tallahassee, for the university. What is the point? Like, what is the pros of this?
The only thing I can think, I mean, there are other options too, but the only thing I can think is that they don't have the money right now. But it doesn't matter because you got to pay this one way or the other. You're paying him whether you have the money or not. It's not like it's not like there's a massive buyout like due within 30 days or anything like that. You're paying this one way or the other. So to keep him in there when I think it's going to get really, really toxic, not just in the locker room, but also in the fan base and the boosters and everything else, it don't make a lot of sense to me. But again, Alfred gets paid a lot more millions than I do to make these decisions. And so I don't know, man. I don't have a great answer here.
Facts. I would love his millions.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you can
if
help
it's
me
to
out with some
keep
of them due to my mental health.
if it's to keep the recruiting class, who says the new coach even wants this recruiting class if we won't have it? Like, what is the point in
And,
that?
and people are saying, you know what? I hate to be so negative about this, but I guess that's just the mood I'm in. I don't care about this recruiting class. You know, like I don't want anybody that Mike Norvell's evaluated because clearly it's not working. So I don't care if he has people from this class or not. The new coach. I don't care if
Yeah.
all these players leave. Burn the thing down and start over, man. I don't. He's already got more talent than three of the teams he's lost to this year, based on the composite. I don't trust anybody that Mike Norvell is. Oh, what if we lose this guy? What if we lose that guy? So what, man? We're losing to Stanford. We're worried about the recruiting class or the players on the roster, man. They all stink. Get brand new, man. Wipe it clean. Do what Dion did the first year in Colorado. It's completely true, clean.
Come with your LV bags and tell them to get lost from the 5 stars to the 3 stars.
Yeah, man,
Um,
I'm good. The walk-ons we got out here that are starting. See you, man. Good. I mean, I
AJ
do
Cottrell.
agree. I like Chroma. I see the comments. I like Chroma. I like Danzy. I like the Desir twin. There are guys I like, but not at the risk of keeping not at the risk of keeping Mike, man. You the greater good is the greater good. You know what's sad too is a bunch of fans. I know you weren't up for it. I know there were a lot of fans cheering for us to lose that game on Saturday night, and we did it, and we got embarrassed, and we were all cheering for it. Not all of us, but a lot of people were cheering for it, and then we didn't even get what we wanted, man. We didn't even get the good result at the end of it.
Just two more questions before I go.
Sure.
When we look in buy-in, how come at Florida they all seem to still be behind them? Obviously, he got fired now, but with us, everyone just down tools us. They couldn't even protect our quarterback when he was slammed halfway sliding. Disgraceful.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They take on the personality of their coach, and he's looked like a kick puppy dog for the last 2 years now. So maybe that's why, like it just they don't. Yeah, I mean, I will say I think I got somebody told me that both Wayne and Richie were kind of going after the other team, but got held back. And you don't want to get another 15-yard penalty there where you're trying to come back and all that. I get that, but man, to not fight for your guy there you knew the game was over when he got knocked out of the game, and so to not go stand up for your guy and deck somebody for that, I don't know. It's the same lack of fight they've had losing the last 4 games though. So and again, they take on the personality of their coach, which I like Mike personally, but he's soft. He's been soft since he got here.
True. I end this with saying at the start of the season, we had all the news from, I think, CBS reporters saying about players not buying into NIL and our contracts being so bad and immoral. And that should have been what we saw at the start of the season for how the season has gone.
Yeah, and that's, I think that is probably less on Mike and more on the administration. I don't know if it's a specific Alfred thing or not, or, in the legal department or where that falls. But I do think that, yeah, when it was toxic from the beginning, when you think about this year. And I think, again, Mike's not in there writing the contracts of how this needs to work or that's on the admin and maybe the GM. I don't know. But I think that when it's bad from the top down, that's what you get, and I didn't really think about that until just now. I'm glad you brought that up. All the FSU fans were pissed when that came out, right? And now you look back and you're like, well, I kind of get it.
All right. Thank you, TJ. Sorry, Matthew. Hopefully Jesus is next so he can save us.
Yeah,
Bye.
bring Jesus back, man. Dude, he's going to be pissed when I've been calling him that. It's really Jesus, but appreciate you, Yanni. All right, we got more people can call in if you want. We can the link is in the description, and then I think it's in the comments too. Here, I'll even do Harlan a solid by throwing it in there for you. You're welcome to call in if you'd like. If you do call in, it's a little easier if you turn your camera off because we're not putting you on screen anyway. Some of y'all are too ugly, and we can only take one ugly person on the screen at a time, and that's me. So, all right, I'm going to get Ronald in just a sec. Let me give some just real quick love to Sleeper. Again, if you're in a bad mood because of this, hey, my Bucks play tonight, so that's good. You get a free $20 entry if you use our code DFNS on the Sleeper app. 100% match up to $100 as well, but you don't even have to deposit. Go get the free play tonight. I don't even know what the free play is. I don't know if this app even works up here or not, but go get the Sleeper app. Use our code DFNS. There is a free play. It's Jared Goff over half a passing yard. I like the Bucks to win this game, but I definitely like Goff to get over half a passing yard. So get your $20 for free over on the Sleeper app. Let's get Ronald in real quick, Harlan, if you can, and we'll go from there. How you feeling, Ronald?
I'm disappointed, man.
Brother, I can barely hear you. I don't know if oh, I got you better now.
Hold on 1 second.
Dude, don't be cheering Lions
Hello?
in here. Who's that? Crazy Kev?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Yes, sir.
I'm up here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. I'm doing pretty good. I walked outside at work to
Dude,
talk the call.
you coming to Texas game too?
I'm trying to sell my tickets. I don't want to see that debacle. Like, listen,
Well, let me know, bro.
this is the one year that we can talk crap to Clemson fans. I thought we
Mentality.
could after we
You
beat
can, man.
Bama, and we're
We'll figure it out, bro.
worse than they are. So I hate Clemson the way that y'all hate Florida and Miami. Maybe even more. But can you still hear me?
Yeah, I think it went out in and out a little bit, but that could have been on me, so I don't know. So tell me that last part again.
I said, being up here in upstate South Carolina, I think I dislike Clemson more than most of the fan base hates Miami.
I'm losing Ronald some.
So,
It might be because you're getting away from the building.
um, let's see if I can turn it up a little bit. How about that? Is that better?
We're a little bit better now. You know what? I just turned my hotspot on. I said, screw this Wi-Fi. We better now?
Okay, I can hear you a whole lot better.
Shh.
So I was saying I'm up here in upstate South Carolina in Greenville.
Okay.
Um, uh, I thought this was gonna be the year I could talk crap to Clemson fans, and we're worse than they are. So, uh, and I know I hate Miami, but I probably hate Clemson a little bit more being from up here. But I don't understand keeping Mike, and you got out here when you fired Willie. Now Willie deserved to be fired, but you said the standard is the standard. If the standard is the standard and we're below the standard, what good is it doing keeping a lame duck coach? Nobody's going to come to the game. I'm trying to sell my Clemson tickets right now. I do not want to go see us get dog walked in Death Valley. I got to hear enough already. What's the point of keeping a lame duck head coach? Like, I don't understand. Why would you keep him? Like you said, if you're going to pay him anyway, don't care about the recruiting class. He doesn't recruit anyway. So I don't understand. And I'll give you some perspective. I'm 30. I've been following you for years. I appreciate your work too.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
appreciate you.
30. I'm 38. I've been a Clemson fan since the day I could carry excuse me, a Florida State fan since the day I
Boy,
could
that was
carry a football.
close.
Yeah, a Florida State fan since the day I could carry a football. See what I got on at work right now.
Yeah, my man.
So this is just, I had so much to say, and it's just like I stayed up all day just waiting to hear my ESPN alert go off saying
Oh.
Norvell fired, and I got the wrong one, Jay Norvell.
How about this? Me and Harlan recorded. I recorded a firing video. I was sure. I was like, there's no way there's doing it. We got a fired video. Maybe I'll do that maybe I'll do that as a maybe we'll do like a members only thing. You can join for like $3. I'll do a members only video,
Okay,
the firing video that we would have gotten. I don't know if that'll make people more depressed or if they can just live in la la land like me. I might rewatch it when I'm done with this. We had it ready to go live. Maybe I'll do that. Harlan, you think that's a good
you
idea?
know,
Do like a members only video for that.
and it's like I don't even have no motivation to come to the Clemson game. I'll come y'all if y'all come to Greenville, hang out with me, hit me up. We can do some stuff, but man, I might go. I know, but they're gonna have to be dirt cheap tickets because I'm not. They're not gonna get my money for that, and I just don't understand. No, I think the whole fan base, nobody understands. Like nobody understands, and I do have a question. What's the big problem with getting Jimbo back? Because, and for me, he's going to recruit. We're going to have a top 5 class. He's going to get dogs in here. He probably need an OC, But if he agrees to get an OC, shoot, if Stoops gets fired at Kentucky, get him back as DC. We had number one defense in the nation in 2012.
So, a couple thoughts on. I'll go backwards with Stoops. I believe that Stoops hasn't called plays in like 10 years on defense. I'm not saying that he can't do it anymore, but that would be a concern that I would have with Stoops. On Jimbo, my worry is he did have good recruiting classes at A&M, but there was a lot of misses, man. He really missed on a lot of guys and brought in like high talent guys, but low, like they never panned
Low
out.
morale.
Yeah, and then lastly, I still think there are people in the building, which Alfred wasn't there at the time. I still think there are people in the building that are pretty scarred by the way that he left and the rift that they had. I'm not saying it was right, wrong, whatever, but at this point, man, I'm not on the Jimbo train, but I'm on the anybody but Mike Norvell train. I might be on the Ronald train more than I'm on the Mike Norvell train, right? So if Jimbo is what it takes to get out from under this because you can hire him cheap or something, I don't know.
Hey, he'll get some players in, even if he ain't the guy.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. I'm not necessarily Jimbo's not at the front of my list or anything, but I'll take whatever it takes at this point to move on from Mike. And so, I don't know, man. I'm so frustrated with it, as you know.
I'm more frustrated that I stayed up to 2:30 in the morning to watch that BS game. I'm frustrated that I checked my phone every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes yesterday, waiting for. I woke up like, did it happen in my sleep? I've been at work every 10 minutes checking. And then next thing I know, I get the alert that we're keeping them. I'm just like, what if I had to go outside and just like literally just for 10 minutes? And like, what are we doing? Like, what do we do? What message are you sending? Because now, like, I go back to Willie, he needed to be fired. He was terrible. I was at the Miami game, his last game, and I knew he was going to be fired because I was on the 50-yard line, second row, and the fans were irate. I left the stadium and said, I knew he's gone. And then as I'm driving back up here from Tallahassee, I got the alert about 3 o'clock. He had just been fired. I was so happy. It was the best ride back home ever.
Yeah.
And I was at Willie's Spurs game at Virginia Tech, and I'm like, damn, did they practice? We can't even line up. And in the rain, getting blew out by subpar VTech.
Yeah. Dude, I think my video might be frozen, but can you still hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I look good in that angle right there, so that's fine. It can freeze there if it wants. Yeah, man, I was on a flight this morning. I got up at 4 to get on a 6 a.m. flight, and I texted Harlan. I said, "Hey, when it goes, if I'm on the flight, send the video live that we recorded last night." And unfortunately, we weren't able to send that live. But anyway, Ronald, I'll let you know what we're doing. I'll say what we're doing and stuff like that when we come.
I'll say I could probably speak for the whole fan base with this. I'm more pissed off today that I waited for 2 days for y'all to tell me he ain't going nowhere. Y'all could have said that Saturday night, Sunday morning. If you knew he wasn't going nowhere, why did you wait 2 days to tell me that? Now I got my hopes up. I'm looking at all these hot board searches and all this stuff. And do you know when he goes out to the Wake Forest game, the atmosphere at that game, he's going to get booed. That's going to be an all-time moment at the Wake Forest game. Bud. That's going to be good. They better not televise that game. That is going to get ugly.
Maybe game day will come.
They better put that game on Nick at Night. They better put that game on Nick at Night or Cartoon Network Nick at Night. Cause man, listen, when he gets announced for the Wake Forest game, it might be a riot in there.
Bro, I can't wait to see it. You remember how they treated Jimbo toward the end of that run where they were cussing him out in the stands? And I'm not encouraging people but I just know people are going to do it. I know that's how the fan base is.
I can't say too much of that because I damn sure cussed Willie out that last game before he got the hell out of it.
Bro, I was so tired.
I'm listening. Willie turned around and looked me eye to eye, and I said, "You're a sock." I ain't even gonna say it right here, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I definitely let my frustrations out on Willie. Everybody just looked at me like, damn, he's speaking for us. The players looked at me and shook their head up and down like, yeah, he's telling the truth.
They knew. And the players
they knew. The players looked at me like, yeah, he deserved that shit. I cussed. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. Ronald, I appreciate you,
But
my man.
yeah, man, you come to Greenville, you come up to the Clemson game. It's whatever, man. I don't know how to get in contact with you or whatever, but I definitely love to hang out with y'all sometime.
Bro, shoot me an email. It's just TJ@doublefriesnoslaw.com. I'll let you know when I get up there, all right?
All right, TJ at doublefriesnoslaw.com. I got you. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work and keep up the alerts. I guess we ain't gonna get no more good news. So I guess the rest
No,
of the
it's
six
over,
weeks,
bro.
the rest
Y'all
of the
keep doing
6
it.
weeks is just we just. What do we have for it to look? What's the point of looking at the games for the rest of the season? Can you tell me that before I go? Can you give me one reason to look at the game other than I'm a fan? I'm going to watch it because the definition of insanity is doing something over and over, and you know the result. So I'm going to watch it because I'm a fan. But for a casual fan, what motivation do they have to watch?
Not much. I mean, hoping you beat Florida, maybe. That's about it.
That ain't
I don't
happening
care about any other
unless they done
games.
checked out. That ain't happening.
No,
If we
they
can't beat
don't.
Stanford, if we can't beat Stanford, dude, we look like we can't beat IMG right now. Like, if we can't beat Stanford, we ain't beating Florida. We ain't beating Clemson. Wake Forest quarterback, I got a prediction. He's going to have a Heisman moment because he's mobile. He's going to run for 100 and throw for 300 on us. I think we get blew out, Wake Forest. We get blew out at NC State Friday night. They still going to be having something to play for. VTech's our last hope at winning the game. If we don't win at VTech, it's over with. But I definitely appreciate you, and I'll let you go.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
And I'll definitely send you an email. And I'll
All
finish
right.
watching
Thanks,
the show.
buddy.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm going to flip over to this other Wi Fi real quick just to see if that works a little bit better. I know this one's failing. Hurrahs. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's working pretty good. Stanley, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, TJ. How about yourself?
Oh, I mean, as good as I can.
I've actually been reaching out to you on Facebook, man. Finally nice to put a.
Man, I'm the worst at checking. I'm the worst at checking Facebook. Hit me. Are you on Twitter? Hit me on Twitter, man. I'm way better at that.
Yes, sir. I am on Twitter. Hey, I'm gonna just put you in my pocket so you ain't gonna get to see my face during the talk. But I just want to let you know I'm at work right now. So, but I was
No, you're
actually
good.
calling because so y'all are talking about how he's lost the locker room and stuff, right? Um,
Yeah.
they said the CBS reporter dropped a thing talking about how Edwin Joseph jumped off sides on the 4th and 1 when they held Stanford to a field goal down into the red zone.
Yeah.
And he jumped off sides, and then a couple of plays later, he got beat for a touchdown. Norvell was trying to get angry with him, trying to tell him how he felt when he was going to the sideline, and he just brushed right past him.
It doesn't seem like he respects him at all, And they put him right back in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they put him. That was my frustration with it. You're the damn head coach. Why didn't he go down there to the defense coordinator and tell him, hey, number 3's not going back into the ballgame?
I think Mike's so desperate. I mean, I'm not saying it's justified, but I think he's so desperate. He's got to do that. He hasn't recruited well enough to put a backup in, you know? So you got to just put in. It doesn't matter if the players disrespect you. You got to put him back in, man, because he's desperate to win against Stanford. I'm not saying that's right, but I just think that's where we're at.
I think you're 100% right on that. I mean, could you imagine if that player would have done that to Nick Saban at Alabama?
Bro, could you imagine if they'd done it to Mickey Andrews?
Oh,
Like, Mickey would have literally gone to jail for killing a kid. I'm not, could you imagine? Or Kirby right now? Or really anybody with a backbone, let's be honest.
and then we turn around. I mean, like Ronald said, right before I came on, they got our hopes up about letting him go and stuff. I don't really, as much as I hate to say this, man, I don't think that it's Norvell's problem. I think it's the culture problem between the players. Uh, Norvell, yeah, he has a lot at stake with that. Um, but I think he's getting recruits that's not buying into his vision.
I mean, which ultimately that's on him. You know, he's bringing in guys that aren't the right fit because he's so desperate to try and win that he's not able to develop anybody. They just keep going back to the portal, and that's just kind of who they are at this point. So, I mean, it is still on him.
Uh, You're exactly right on that. I do have one quick question because I keep hearing other, with the coaching search and everything, Jeff Brom, and I know that you've done a coordinators and coaching candidates video and everything, but what's your takes on Jeff Brom taking over? Me personally, I don't like that.
Well, I like Brom personally, but he's a Louisville alum, and I don't see him leaving. People ask about Brom, Brent Key, and Kenny Dillingham. I don't see any of those guys leaving their alma mater to come here. Maybe they would leave to go to like Notre Dame or Alabama or something like that, but I don't think they want to come rebuild this. All those programs are doing well right now too. So I like Brom personally. I think he's one of the better coaches in the ACC, but I can't see him leaving, to be honest with you.
Same here. Well, TJ, I guess we're just gonna have to hang in there as fans, man. I don't see how y'all are putting up with it. I was gonna go to the Clemson game this year, but after that first loss, at the Virginia, and I said I'll watch the Miami game. I'll see how they follow that up. And then they lost that one, and then Pittsburgh, and now Stanford. I'm not wasting my money driving all the way up to Death Valley just to watch us get beat.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame anybody that makes the decision to not go to any more games. I'm a psychopath and kind of have to do stuff for work and stuff, but yeah, I'm the same way, man. I don't blame anybody that thinks they could do better on Saturday than seeing this team play and this coaching staff. So I don't blame you. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter, man. I stink at Facebook. You know why? Because I don't want to see all my family's posts and stuff. So
Yes, sir.
don't tell them I said that.
I definitely won't. Anyways, it was good talking to you, TJ.
You too, buddy. I didn't do a very good job of seeing this super chat here. Roof One Restoration 1700. Dude, they just got a free ad by doing this. Well, I guess it wasn't free. They paid me and YouTube a little bit of money. Amazing to see it when it on paper. 5-14 over the last 19 games. 3 of those wins were against non-Power 4 teams. Only 2 Power 4 wins. One was the Cal. Obviously, the other one, Alabama, though. We did beat Alabama. So shout out for giving us false hope at the beginning of this year, FSU. We appreciate that. Let me, Harlan, let me quickly give Halo some love. DrinkHalo.com. We appreciate them a ton for their support. You can use our code, I think it's ZFNS10. You get 10% off of a THC infused seltzer. All of us need that right now. We probably need to see if we can get them to up that percentage a little bit because we need that now more than ever. But they've got a lemonade flavor. They've got a tea flavor. The best one is the one that's mixed. So go check out drinkhalo.com. Certainly will. It might not put you in a better mood, but it'll help you cope with what's going on a little bit better. Let's get Rice in real quick.
Good afternoon.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Great, man. I bleed Seminole blood, and I can't believe what's happening now.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Because we obsess about this stuff too much, and we give it our money and we give our time and how much we care about it and stuff, and then we see this stuff go on.
I mean, I've never in my life seen a brand get decimated the way that we're allowing it to be decimated. It's like no one cares about the brand. Bobby Bowden built this, and we're watching Mike Norvell take it and turn it into a joke.
We are, I've had a good Rice. It might be me, but your service is a
Can you hear me now?
little bit better. Yeah.
Okay. I have to get closer to my mic. But yes, sir, I was saying, like, where do we go from here? There's no way that the people can continue to support the program when the administration and the athletic department is allowing this to happen.
I mean, it also makes you worry about who they decide to hire, right? I mean, obviously there would be some guys that we would like and we would think are good hires, but I worry about them going forward.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. It's more than a coaching problem now. Because if you look at FSU sports across the board, this is the worst FSU sports has been in years.
Yeah, the leadership,
It's bigger
I
than
don't
football.
think it's what we thought it was. You know,
Yeah, I think it's time to right the ship. And if the guys that don't want to right the ship, they may be the problem.
and you can only, you get a bad hire. You guys heard that? You're allowed to make a bad hire. Bad hire happens, but when you do it over and over and over again, and you're failing in other sports too, and I don't know, man. It just from the top down, man, it's frustrating to be an FSU fan right now.
Yeah, and I'm constantly emailing the school about just the differences I see in the program. Like there's plenty of coaches out there right now that are young and innovative and can get recruits, but we keep going to the same old stale. It's like we're looking for a diamond in the rough, and we're picking the wrong people because even Mike Norvell's approach. Where's the consequence for making bad plays? It's like you tell them, oh, next play, guy, next play. I'm used to seeing that player get pulled from the game, coached up, and sent back out there to do his job the right way. We're not seeing that. They keep him out there play after play after play after play.
Yeah, I mean it is frustrating. I'm, I'm gonna I'm gonna move down just a little bit. You guys can walk with me, just because there's starting to be a crowd and I can't hear as well. But I don't know, man. Rice, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me move over here with some
Yeah.
people. Maybe I can hear you guys better.
Can you hear me
Uh,
now?
yeah, you're good. There was just I was sitting outside of the table and like 15 other people came and sat by me, and I was like, all right, that's enough of that. Um,
I understand.
man, I don't know, man. Like it's frustrating, but I'm gonna, you know what? My battery's dying on this thing, so I'm gonna get to a couple other callers. But Ronald Rice, I appreciate you for calling in, man.
All right, appreciate you for taking me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Ray. Then we'll get Zaire. I don't know how many. We got a bunch of people down here. Then we got Jake. We got a whole bunch of people. So let's go, Ray. Ray, can you hear me?
Hey TJ, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing, bud?
Do a lot better if I woke up found out Mike Norvell was fired. But so my thought process,
But I
so
don't
my
know why.
thought
Just the way
process
you
of
said
this is kind of look
the,
at the big.
the way you said that just killed me. I gotta let you know that. So I don't
Uh,
mean to interrupt you, but like I almost just peed my pants saying that.
I mean, like any loyal Knowles fan right now, definitely frustrated with the news of him staying, and I'm trying to look at a big picture point of view. So if we keep it on board, can we talk to coaches behind the scenes, like like a James Franklin, or shoot our shot for like a Nick Saban, and then after the Florida game, fire him that Sunday, and then have a news conference or whoever the new coach is that Monday?
I mean, I think it's possible. Typically, you don't go that fast, but if you're a serious athletic department, then yeah, it's definitely possible. I've already heard from people that I trust. I heard that I don't know if they've had conversations, but I heard that Florida has already vetted Chris Signetti and Lane Kiffin. Now, I don't know if they've had conversations, but they started their due diligence before they fired Napier, and so I don't even think Florida's a real serious athletic department. I think Scott Strickland's kind of a clown, but I mean they are. So yeah, we absolutely could, but God, I don't got a lot of faith in our athletic department to get that stuff done.
Yeah, because I was been hearing that Hoffer might be tied in with this whole situation. That he might not even be here moving forward, so he might not even be the person to hire next coach. And if that's the case, then that understands why we didn't fire him now. We're gonna wait till the end of the year to fire him. But they're gambling our fan base, for the sake of the future. Whereas if they just fired Coach Norvell now, keep our fan base and then still work behind the scenes. And like you were saying earlier, yeah, the recruiting class is a recruiting class, especially if Coach Norvell has his fingerprint on it. We definitely should move a different direction.
But how big of a jump should we get on this coaching search? And that's why I was asking the question. If we're really serious about this, James Franklin is, to me, seems like an ideal candidate for this, especially if Lane Kiflin's going to go out to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this: like Alfred was searching for a new baseball coach while we were still playing baseball, and I think they had Link hired, and so I would think that he would be working on this right now, knowing kind of what is going to happen. But again, I also thought they were going to fire Mike today, so maybe I don't know as much as I think. But I would think they are. The problem is you do want to get a jump on it because let's just be fair. Penn State's a huge job. Florida's a huge job. Auburn might come open. LSU might come open. Um, what if Marcus Freeman leaves and goes to one of those places? Then Notre Dame comes open. There's a lot of big jobs coming open. And I mean, yeah, we're all fans and we all want to say, oh, well, Florida State's the big. Is Florida State the biggest job? Well, it ain't in the SEC or Big Ten if those other three are open. So I don't know, man. I don't know that Florida State is a bigger job than those places. So they do need to get on it. And I thought that was going to be one of the benefits of letting it happen today is you can get an early jump on this. But yeah, unfortunately, they see it a little bit differently.
All right, well, definitely thanks. Appreciate my call, and keep doing what you're doing, man, and go Noles.
Appreciate you, man. We'll stick together, even though we're frustrated. We'll stick together through this.
Absolutely.
All right, appreciate it, buddy. Let's get Zaire in, Harlan, if you can. I'm trying to get. I'm saying that right, Zaire. Is that right? We'll see if we can get him in. How you doing, bud? Oh, you might be on mute. You gotta hit that little microphone deal there. Zaire, can you hear me? You get that little. I wish I could just unmute people, but I can't. I sent you a request to unmute, but you might have to click something. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, yeah, I'm blessed, man. How you doing, man? Representing the terrible 3-4 Gator Nation. Hear me out. This isn't no troll. Um,
Now, I think
Thank you
we've
for
had
having
you
me on the
before, or
platform.
maybe you were on Alley's or something. I think I've seen you before. You been
Yeah,
on?
man. When I tell you it was a blessing when Napier got fired, I took Shorty out. Bro, I took this white girl out for a steak. I said, if Billy Napier's fired, yo, steak's on me, yo. Shorty, I'm taking you out for steak. I'm
Hey,
just
if he
calling in
would,
to say, man,
if wait,
like,
1 second. If he wouldn't have got fired, would you have made her pay?
I wouldn't have took her out at all. So that was the deal. That was the deal. But no, man. The parallels of just last year with our A&M loss, when we all were out on Billy Napier, man, and the vote of confidence came from Scott Strickland. It just to y'all's situation now today, it just makes your program. It made our program look like an unserious program. Even last year, and here we are in the situation. I would hate to see that. I know y'all are rivals, like, but I would hate to see that happen to y'all, man. Y'all will end up wasting another year when look, Norvell had a run that Billy Napier didn't even have, right? But it just right now, you guys just seem like, are we serious about football? I don't know. How do you feel?
No, you're exactly right, and I'm the same way, man. Like I'm gonna troll UF when they lose, and Miami and this that, and the other. But like the fans of these programs deserve better. And I know Miami's in a lot better spot than both of us are right now. But you look at what people go through, and not that I'm ever going to cry tears because a rival is bad, but I'm in complete agreement. Like Florida fans have sold out like 14 or 15 games in a row in the Swamp, and they've been terrible the whole time. Like the fan base deserves better. I might not like Florida, and I don't want them to beat us, and all these things are happening. And I know you don't like Florida State either, but it is true. Like football in this state used to mean something. Like the national championship used
Yeah,
to run through this state. You either had to, usually it was either one of us winning it or it was you had to beat one of us to win it. And
you know.
Florida, yeah,
Sorry, I didn't
it
mean to
just
cut you off. Go ahead.
no, you're good, man. Like Florida played in what 2 titles in the '90s. Florida State played in 4 of them, and then 2 more in the 2000s. Florida won 3. It's frustrating because it feels like these people come in, these ads and these coaches and stuff, and Spurrier played at UF and Bobby built Florida State and all this stuff, and they cared. And I think these guys get hired now from God knows where, Mississippi State or wherever the hell Alfred can. Bro, they're not Seminoles, they're not Gators, they're not Canes, man. they're doing a job, man, and they put on a good show and they do their photo ops and they do all that, but they don't care about this stuff like we do. You know why? Because when they get fired, they're getting a couple $1,000,000 and they're moving on, man. Like that's just they don't care about this stuff like we do, and that's why it's frustrating to us because they'll never care like we do. It ain't like the old days, man. It's a job.
Absolutely. You notice that all the Florida schools, for whatever reason, now in this new modern age of college football, are Florida, the main three: Florida, Florida State, Miami. We can't all be great for some reason at the same time anymore. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like we're not like simultaneously. One of us or two of us, we got to be doing bad. I don't know. I think that's weird coming from
You
the
know what
state
I
that we
think that
come from,
is?
Florida, man.
You know what I think that is? I think that has a lot to do with, well, first of all three programs have hired idiots as coaches at times, and that is a big problem. But besides that, um, recruiting has gotten so much more national, and you can be on a flight to another city in no time at all. Like I was on an hour and a half flight to Nashville this morning. It cost me like $60. Like it's just you're so people can fly to see their kids play for almost nothing, and games are on all over. Like it used to be, you only got to watch the games that were close to you, and so we kept all this talent home. Well, now Clemson's getting all this talent, and Ohio State's getting all this Florida talent, and Bama and Georgia and Texas. They're all getting this talent, and so it's just spread more thin. So I don't think we'll ever see it where all three are great at the same time again. You might have some good years where two of them are good, or maybe you'll have a couple where all three. But to me, it comes down to hiring, and recruiting is so national now. Families can travel to see their kids play, and they don't care about them staying home anymore.
Right, right, man. The last thing I'll say before I hop off, man, because I just had this conversation with my cousin, who's a diehard Seminole fan. I think my biggest fear as a Gator is that y'all hired Deion Sanders. I said, bro, that's crazy. And then I thought about it. Damn, Deion to FSU is not a crazy thought. I think James Franklin, a program builder, is probably y'all best option, but
Yeah.
Deion Sanders isn't a crazy thought. What you think?
I think what would worry me the most about Dion is his health right now. And what would worry me second most is Mike Norvell has out recruited him every year. And so like Dion don't feel like he's a grinder on the recruiting trail. Now, if he got to Florida State and changed that, that might be different because he could recruit the hell out of Florida State. But it doesn't feel like he ain't done one in-home visit since he's been in Boulder. Like that's got to change, man. Like your name ain't enough. So those would be the two things that worry me. He might not even make it through this year with his health. But second, I don't know if he wants to recruit like that. If those two things were not a concern, again, I mean, I'm at the point now where I might hire you to coach, even though you're the ops.
Hey, man, no doubt, man, no doubt. Hey, thank you for having me on, man. Stay blessed, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Good luck there. We'll see you last week of the year, man. They'll put it on Cartoon Network. We'll enjoy it together.
Hey, you take care, man.
See you, buddy. Well, that was a pretty good call from a Gator fan. Shout out to Zaire for hanging out. Harlan, let's get Jake in here. We've got like 7 minutes. All right, we're gonna wrap this up after an hour. But
I'll
Jake,
be
how's it going,
quick. Can
bud?
you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, bud?
Better Mondays. But
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't want to be the Alfred supporter here, but by all means, Link was a home run. Luke's looks great in basketball. And at the time when we almost lost Norvell to Bama, we were all stoked about that. Is
Yeah.
there a chance that he's kicked the tires on like a Brent Key, a Dillingham? I mean, I don't think Lane leaves for anyone. And that this is really the only option we have right now.
So I'm not. I don't want to be too repetitive. I think Dillingham and Key are going to be really hard pulls because they're at their
I
alma
agree.
mater.
Yeah.
So, I actually just got some news, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it yet or not. Let me text this person back and see. Can I say that on the show or not? Um, but
And I mean,
anyway,
he got the football renovated, the renovations done. He got the football facility done. So by all means, he's done a lot of good in his time here. I feel like if there was someone that we thought was attainable, we'd be packing Mike's bags right now.
yeah, I think that it is very fair to admit that he has done a lot of really good things at Florida State. I think the
Hmm.
hiring of, yeah, I can say it. So give me just a minute. I'll tell you guys what I just got texted. Um, I think he's done a lot of good things. I think hiring Link was obviously a really good move. He's a top coach.
Yep.
Luke, I like Luke. I'm jury's out there. I
Hmm.
think he kept Lonnie Almeida, which I know soccer is or softball is not maybe most people's priority, but Texas A&M made her an insane offer. He did a good job of retaining her. I thought he did a good job hiring Brian Pinsky. They win a national championship after a coach that had already won 3 up and leaves. Um, Great job with the football only facility. He got us through the ACC settlement stuff. How
Yep.
much did he have to do with that versus others? I don't know, but still is on his credit, right? Um, so I think there have been some really good things, and I don't even blame him for the Norvell extension at this point, right? You're talking about um, every other AD in the country would have extended Mike Norvell in that situation,
I agree.
um, and so yeah, he hindsight's 2020, and we can say, oh, he shouldn't have done that. Nobody was saying he shouldn't have done that when he extended Mike in January of 24. So it, yes, I agree with all that. I have a problem with this decision, but again, hindsight's 2020. Maybe in a couple of months we'll say, "Oh, he knew what he was doing."
Hmm.
So you are right about that. And then I don't. This is a different conversation for a different day, but we've talked about it a little bit on the channel. I don't love the whole approach of how we're handling NIL, rev share, stuff like that. You know, the stuff that came out from CBS Sports. I've heard some off-air stuff that isn't my favorite, but also you're not firing an AD over that.
Hmm.
But all of that said, good and the bad, ultimately what you're judged on is football. And
Yeah.
baseball could win the next 3 World Series, and softball could win the next 3 World Series, and soccer could win another title, and all this stuff. Basketball would certainly do more than any of that. But what you're judged on is football, and that is whether we like it or not. That's what people, I care because I'm a diehard, and I take my kids to the games and other sports and stuff like that. 80% of FSU fans, like if you ask them, are you an FSU fan? 80+% only care about football. And so, though the other stuff does matter and it matters to me personally, a lot of people would say, I don't give a crap if we never win a sporting event outside of football for the rest of my life. And because that's where a lot of your donors and your season tickets and
Hmm.
all that stuff matter, football is ultimately what you're judged on. So, there's truth to both sides. And I think you make a good point. And I don't take you as like, oh, you're just defending him or anything like that.
No, I think what you're saying is 100% accurate.
You
And
make
then
some good
one
points.
more two-part question, quick.
Sure.
With Penn State, you see Franklin get fired, and I think we saw what a 5-star, 2 4-stars decommit immediately. Does
Yes.
Mike Norvell have guys in this class that will decommit immediately? And if the answer is no, is that not the biggest problem with him?
Yeah, I mean, you think about the one kid, like the one 5-star
The
that's
corner
committed right
from
now.
Broward or whatever.
Yeah, that's literally got an FSU tattoo.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
that's a Mike Norvell tattoo.
right. Like, shout out the guy that did get the Mike Norvell tattoo, though. I feel like
The Bama one, yeah, that's a tough
yeah,
Monday for
he's
him.
probably got to be, man, it's a tough look. Um, there are probably some that will jump ship
Hmm.
if and when this happens. I could see Ernest Rankins jumping. I think Devin Carter probably stays. I think Xavier Tiller's probably up in the air. Isaiah Williams, I don't know who else is really pursuing him, but he
Hmm.
flips every other week, so who knows? I think you'd probably keep Timmons. You'd probably keep Brandon Bennett. And then past that, it's a bunch of 3-stars. So,
Yeah.
Jonah Williams is going to stay committed. Jason Lopez is one that I would worry about. He's really talented. I expect him to be a 4-star when he gets to college. You probably keep Tico. Tico would be a question of like, does the next staff even want him? You
Hmm.
probably keep Daryl Bell. Um, just trying to look through some of the rest of them. I don't even know. Michael Ionata, you probably keep him.
So
If
the
nobody
fact that
else
we
has
might
it.
potentially hold on to 2/3 of a class, getting rid of a coach at Florida State with the label that we have, that kind of speaks volumes to his lack of ability to recruit, right?
Right. And there's, I mean, how many guys are there in this class that you would be sad about going
Yeah.
for max, like, and if you were to bring in a James Franklin, which who knows if
Hmm.
that's realistic or even a target.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
think
he's
so, but
guys that are that level anyway. It's not like it's going to be much different, in my
hmm
opinion. So, but you're all right. It's an indictment.
yeah.
Kind of the same thing about the roster. There's guys on this roster I don't want to lose, but there's nobody
Outside
that
of
I'm going to
Uzman and Danzy, I would say whatever.
yeah. It's like I like the Desir twins because they've just been
Yeah,
underrated.
those two
But
are great too. Yeah.
if you can't find somebody to replace those guys, then what are you doing coaching in Tallahassee?
Hmm.
But I do like them. That's not a shot at them. They're not like next otherworldly talents. Like a
Especially when we've put out like 8 Pro Bowl DNs in the last 15 years.
right, it should be pretty easy to recruit defensive end at this college.
Yeah.
Same thing with defensive back.
All right, TJ. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Have a good one.
You too. Appreciate Tallahassee Ford. I'll give them some love real quick. If you're in the market or if you're looking for a car, you're just interested in hearing more about them, go to their website. It's linked in the description. They will beat anybody's price, and they will also deliver to you. We'll talk about them more in future videos and future episodes. Listen, we went for a little bit over an hour. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me during the bad service. Shout out the hotspot for holding up since the issues with the Wi-Fi. 400, 500, 600 people in here at some points today. So shout out to you guys for tuning in. Always appreciated. I'm on not vacation, but kind of a vacation, and decided to pull over at this whatever this is, WeWork or whatever. They didn't sponsor. No, screw them. And talk to you guys. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated, but you know what? I was here before any of these people got here, and I'll be here after they're gone. So oh yeah, I forgot. Sandra, thank you for saying that, because I totally forgot. I was texted that essentially Alford and President McCullough don't really like the look of firing a guy in season. They don't like the way that maybe comes off across to other coaches that may be considering this job, is what somebody else actually told me. Whether you think that's justification for not doing it or not, don't shoot the messenger on this one. But I was told they just don't really like the way that looks. Man, shout out Sandra, because I totally was just going to wrap up and get out of here. And so hopefully nobody left while I was doing my wind down. But if that's their reasoning, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I at least can understand the idea of not liking the way it looks to do it in season. I think that at the end of the day, that's the nature of the beast. Penn State's done it. Another Norvell got fired this weekend that wasn't ours. Florida did it. We've done it before. Coaches quit during the middle of the season. Like, whatever, man. If that, I don't really love that, but if that's your reasoning, at least you gave a reason for doing it. So that seems to be the chatter that I'm getting at this point. I don't think it has anything to do with money if that's the case, because again, you're going to pay this guy one way or the other, and you pay him a little bit less if you fire him than if you're just paying him his regular monthly checks. So anyway, all right. All that said, we'll be back at some point. I don't know if we'll do a live show tomorrow morning or not, because we did this, but maybe you guys will still be mad and we'll do another live show. If so, probably be around 9 a.m. Eastern. So tune in. Make sure you're subscribed. Shout out to you guys for helping us get over 20,000 subs. That's pretty cool. No complaints about that. And listen, I'm still wearing garnet and gold around a city that I don't even live in. So shout out to FSU, man. Toxic relationship with you. I don't love you right now, but I'm still repping the colors. So appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Go Noles.